everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amber Westbrook and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pair of stretch velvet shorts. These shorts are super easy to make. I mean, I can't even stress it enough. They're super easy. It's straight stitches, it's easy cutting, it's easy pattern making. There's not a lot of complex moving parts. So without further ado, let's get into the simplest and easiest pair of shorts you will probably ever make.
I'm going to use a pair of shorts that I already know fit me really well, and I'm going to start by tracing around the seams with a pencil on a piece of paper. Now I'm going to get it right at where the seams are, and I'm not going to trace my waistband in. I'm just getting the front pattern piece only, and I'm just going to kind of hold it in place and trace around where I think they go, and then I'm going to perfect all the lines and straighten them all up with my set of pattern rulers. I'll link these pattern rulers I got in the description box below, but if you don't want to use these, you're more than welcome to just freehand it. It works just as well. I'm marking the back pattern piece on the paper the same way I marked the front pattern piece, making sure that I get all along the seams and skipping the waistband. I'm also going to add a 3/8 inch seam allowance around all sides of both pattern pieces, and don't forget to mark what the pattern pieces are. I'm going to cut out a strip of fabric double the width of my desired waistband, making sure that the stretchy part goes along the length and not the width. Then I'm going to cut out 2 each of both of my pattern pieces, making sure that the stretchiest part of the fabric goes across the width of the pattern. I'm placing the side seam of my pattern along the fold so that I can actually have it be straight instead of curved, and I'm going to add 3 extra inches onto the bottom of this pattern piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the front pattern piece. I can get away with not using such a curved side seam because this fabric is stretchy. I'm going to cut along that folded line so I have 4 pieces total, and then I'm going to put front to back on both sets. Once those are laid out, I'm going to sew down both side seams. Then I'm going to open up both pieces of fabric so that they are matching front to back on both sides and all equally lined up. I'm going to sew both of these curves from the waistband down to the crotch on both sides. Now, if you don't have a serger like what I'm using, you can always use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. It'll work out just the same. I'm turning this whole thing to the side, and I'm going to stretch it out a little bit so that I have a straight line across the bottom, and I'm going to sew matching up the seams. Now I turn the whole entire thing inside out, and I'm going to work on my waistband. It's already starting to look like a pair of shorts, you guys. To cut my waistband, what I'm going to do is measure my waist, and then I'm going to use that measurement minus an inch to find the length of my waistband, and I'm going to sew across it to make a loop. Once I have my loop sewn, I fold it in on itself so I can find the back seam. I lay it out flat, and then what I'm going to do is find the back of my shorts and match up that seam to the seam of my loop and pin it in place. Then I'm going to find the halfway point of that loop, and I'm going to match that up to the front of my shorts. I'm going to repeat this step 2 more times for each of the side seams. Then I'm going to sew around this entire loop, making sure that I stretch it slightly as I go so that it's evenly sewn across the whole loop. These shorts are almost done, you guys. All we have left to do is the bottom hem. I'm going to start with the right leg, and I'm going to pin it up and under about 2 inches, making sure that it's even all the way around. For the left leg, I'm going to measure and make sure that both legs match and do the same exact thing. Then I'm going to sew around both legs using a zigzag stitch on my regular sewing machine. Then I'm just going to simply fold it up so that I hide all the stitching on the inside and no one can see it.
And that is it. That is literally all it takes to make these shorts, and I know that you guys can do this at home because when I first started to sew, this was one of the very first projects that I ever made. Now, if you're wanting to make these shorts out of anything other than stretchy material, then give me a like and leave me a comment because I would be happy to show you guys a tutorial on how to make a very comfy pair of pajama pants. I really hope you give this tutorial a shot, and as always, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon so that you never miss an upload from me. I upload every Monday and Thursday, so if you're looking for more DIY, more sewing, more fashion tips and tutorials, then stay tuned because there's a lot more coming your way. And with that, my fabulous fashionistas, I love you, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.